Yeah, I'm not big on sick days. I don't think that, you necessarily should have like the sick days every year or something. Because then people say like, oh, I'm taking a sick day tomorrow, which I think is really bogus.
I never take
I don't know.
I
We never
don't
take
have
them.
any.
So we just come in and cough all over each other and push through.
Apparently, Fox News headquarters is a hotbed of illness because everyone is too proud to call in sick, according to the Five's Martha McCallum. Now, the Five were discussing a survey that revealed 2 in 5 Americans will show up to work with symptoms of illness just to justify them taking time off later because they're sick, right? So they'll show up to work coughing, sneezing, runny nose, and everything. So everyone in the office sees, I am actually sick. So the next day, if they do take time off for their illness, people won't accuse them of lying or being lazy about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So look, guys, are there people who sometimes fake being sick? Of course, it's humanity, right? But that's not the major problem in America. The major problem in America is barely having any sick days to begin with, right? And barely having any vacation to begin with. And that's why sometimes people use sick days for vacation. So when they're actually sick, they don't want to burn their sick days because they're so desperate for a little bit of extra vacation time, right? But instead of saying, look at how much the average American is crushed in their regular jobs, like the railroad strike that almost happened that we talked about, where the railroad workers have 0 sick days. Instead of talking about the average man like this, so-called populist Fox News is like, can you believe people use their sick days? Back to the lines and the mines.
I just don't go to work if you're sick. But I do understand that pressure to like demonstrate to everyone that you are in fact sick, right? And I don't know what that is. I don't know where that comes from. Even in environments like this, where like we trust each other, like I feel like I need to prove it. Like, no, I'm not being lazy. I am in fact sick. But nonetheless, let's go to that actual survey. So they polled 2,000 employed adults and found many still feel the need to power through. And 38% of those with coworkers make a point of coming in just to show them and their boss they are genuinely unwell. Fears of being seen as unreliable, 42%, leaving others in the lurch, 41%, and having too much to do, 34%, are also reasons for not calling in sick. By the way, this survey was conducted by Bronco Stop, which is a cough syrup company. A little bit of a conflict of interest there, but nonetheless, that's what they found in this survey.
Yeah, take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Okay, they're basically saying, it's okay, be sick, take our stuff. Okay, but I'm guilty of the last 2 categories. I don't have to pretend for anyone here. I run the company, and I work nonstop, and everybody knows that. But the other 2, leaving others in the lurch, I do worry about that. And that is why sometimes I come in when maybe I shouldn't. And but then you got to think it through, especially these days when we could have a better chance of working remote. Don't do that, okay? Because it's counterproductive. Okay, I don't want to leave others in the lurch. Instead, I'm going to get them sick.
Right.
Okay, and then we're all going to be in a lurch because we're all going to be sick, right?
I don't want to be in a lurch.
No, have we overused the word lurch in this story? Definitely. And the last category is definitely true for me too. Having too much to do. Like a sick day actually sounds kind of fun to me, to be honest.
For sure.
Lie in bed, watch Netflix all day. I mean, but even when I get sick, I can't, especially now that we can work remotely. I'm on my computer working 24/7.
I know, the whole work from home thing is a little bit of a conundrum, right? Because then, I mean, if you're well enough, because our job isn't like manual labor, right? If you're well enough to do it remotely from home, then there's a lot of pressure, even if it's pressure you put on yourself to just work and just do it from home, right? But man, let's fantasize about a sick day. Oh yeah, which is watching Netflix. I like to eat ramen when I'm sick, like spicy ramen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love soup, tomato soup, of course.
I love soup.
Classic. My mom used to make me spaghetti with chopped up hot dogs in it.
What?
I know, I love that when I get sick.
Yummy, yummy.
Okay, so, but yeah, life sucks because we have too much work. And so I haven't really taken a sick day off in forever. When I get sick, I still work from home. And yeah, guys, if you can and you work in that kind of job, for God's sake, just get in bed, enjoy your sickness for a second.
Yeah.
We'd all have to work ourselves to death.
I have to say though, a lot of Americans can't take a sick day off because they don't get paid for it. So at least 145 countries do provide paid sick days for short or long-term illnesses. Get a load of this, Cenk. With 127 providing a week or more annually, but more than 79 countries provide sickness benefits for at least 26 weeks or until recovery. The US provides only unpaid leave for serious illnesses through the FMLA, which does not cover all workers. So if you work for a tiny company that has less than 50 employees, you're not protected under that mandatory unpaid sick leave. But if you work in a bigger company, you will get mandatory unpaid sick leave. But America, of course, doesn't offer paid
Guys,
leave.
This is so simple, and that's why Democrats drive us crazy. If all they did was propose a paid family leave and sick leave bill, it polls at over 80%. It would embarrass the Republicans, et cetera. But the Democrats don't believe it either. But then when you, on top of all of this madness and corruption, et cetera, when Fox News pretends to be with the people and then yells at you to never take off sick days, it's just an extra layer of absurdity and makes it a little bit more disgusting. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, I really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.